I think when I left off, I was saying I had an issue at the dock. And I think it's a fuel issue. I think when I routed these control hoses, all this stuff over here, I could see this thing is beat. I don't know if that's the issue, but I noticed when I tilted the engine up at the boat launch, I noticed that there's a little bit of gas in the well, just a little, but I don't know if I'm going to replace that line or just reroute this stuff so I could turn in. It was obviously kinked where it's split there because I messed with it just a little bit. I tried to push it around so it wasn't kinked, but it was dark. I was under the light at the boat launch, and I was just assuming that might have been my problem. Everything was a little hasty on my first try at the boat launch, so I definitely missed that. So I made you guys a little phone holder here. So I'm gonna connect the battery. I guess this is gonna be a little bit of wrenching. I guess, I don't know. We'll see. Here, let me put you down. This morning was a little rough start there. After I made my phone holder, over here, when I kneel over here, it hurts. So I had a pad when I was working on the boat. Can't find my pad. And I said, oh, I'll just throw my knee pads on. Can't find my knee pads. I had to dig these out. But these are the most comfortable, newest pair I have. So I'll be comfortable. Nevertheless, just spent 10 minutes looking for that little kneeling pad. Anyway. Excuse me. Okay, battery cables. Might as well put the battery in its hole. I don't think I'll be using this anytime soon for something else. I got a battery on the charger right now. It's been on there for 4 days. I know it's only like 3/4 of an amp an hour, but how many amp hours has it been? 48. It's been at least 3 days that thing's been connected. Let's just put it there for now. Green is positive. Tough this battery is, man. Did it crank this engine on when I was on the river? It cranked and cranked and cranked. I was having trouble, like I said. Another thing I wanted to say too is I never claimed to be the smartest guy, and I know one thing for sure is that I can't rebuild this engine. That's for sure. And I wanted to say too that I've been in charge of 2 other boats in my life, and I failed miserably on both. One was at Starcraft when we blew the engine. We tried to rebuild it. Failed at that miserably. The boat never ran right. Had a box full of leftover parts. Then me and my father picked up a a boat someone gave us because he did some work on his house, and he was like, take the boat, and we'll knock whatever out the price or whatever. My father didn't want the boat, but I helped him a little bit, and he asked me if I wanted it. I said, sure. That was a tri-hull, 19-foot tri-hull with a 150 Evinrude XP. 6-cylinder. Someone said that was like a GT model or something.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. You? So, XP GTs. Like she said, the XP model was a little more peppy. I don't know. That was another complete failure. I was telling the guy that I bought that big boat off, he's telling me, don't just leave the thing on the highway and take the motor. You got to dispose of it, otherwise it'll come back to him. I did that before with my second boat. I brought it to, actually knew the people that worked there, related to my brother through marriage. And I just dropped the boat off, took off that was a car junkyard. The junkyard takes like 3 neighborhood blocks. I don't know. It's a weird setup over there. And there's a street that splits the junkyard. There's more property on the other side of the road. And that road itself is almost like a junkyard. Anyway, this was 20-something years ago. And I unhooked the boat and left it. And I never heard anything since. I wonder if the actual, cause I might have registered that thing. I might have registered it because we took it out on the 4th of July. That's when all that crap happened. And that was the beginning of the end. It was sucking water into, I don't know what happened that day, but it wasn't pretty. And I remember my friend telling me, you got to take the heads off, or you got to drain the water out of it, because there are water in the cylinders and it's gonna rust. I procrastinated, and 6 months later it was rusted, or a year later or whatever, I took it apart and it was rusted. So I already failed on one boat engine, and seeing the complexity of those engines it's ridiculous. It's something I'm not prepared to yeah, put it this way. I know that if I were to take one apart and put it back together, even with YouTube, I'd fail. So to me, if this thing doesn't work, it's garbage to me. You know, it might have parts for someone else, but to me, huh. This whole stuff. This is another thing too that I'm wondering where it goes. I have to check the other engine. That's another thing too. Is the hose. Here, let's take the cover off of this thing. The hose for the flow that comes out, you know, I guess it's when the engine pees there, it spits water out of that. Well, all that hosing that comes off the head and goes to that, you know, out by the bottom of the here, the engine here, where the water comes out, that hose is all missing. So I said I'll just take it off the other engine, and it's different. I don't know if it's the years or Evinrude and Johnson. I thought Evinrude and Johnson was the same thing. Like really the same thing. Like same everything. I thought. So yeah, I'm a little confused about that situation. When I put yeah. See, I don't know enough about this stuff. I'm just hoping to get lucky. So, like I was saying, I'm gonna see if my fuel line kinks again when I turn the wheel. I don't even know if you guys can see. Told you, I'm not. I think I should stop this video just because this is nonsense and you guys don't want to see me do nonsense. I don't know. Maybe I'll let it run and I'll let you guys comment. Because I'm not editing this video. I'm just gonna post it. I don't know enough about. I don't even know what to say. I don't have internet. I don't have cable TV. So I'm not gonna get involved in editing. It's gonna be one shot video and post it. There's no playing around, adding music and making it fancy. I just don't have that technology. I'm sorry. Or the will. I got better things to do than, anyway. I don't need to get into it with you guys about that. And just see how it goes the way I've been doing it. And so, like I said, turn the steering and watch that fuel line. Boy, that looked like it went very well. Look, my hose here. I don't know if it's got anything to do with that. Well, that looks fine. I mean, it's not fine where I can just leave and go for a rip. It probably is, but I'll mess with it more. Right now, I was just looking at that hose that I was wondering about. Let me get down and see if I can follow it on this one engine and then compare it to the other engine. Even though it's different, maybe it'll give me some kind of idea. Here's the hose I'm looking at here. Goes, okay. Look at that. To the top of the, let me guess, nothing here. What the heck? Am I even looking in the right spot here? What the heck? Right above this thing. Right above this thing here. Into this. What the hell's... No, into this. A wire, a hose goes all the way up. Nothing on this engine. What the hell? Alright, like I said, don't know nothing about it. Well, I think I'm gonna have to look into that one. Right? The hose is there for a reason. Why this is different too on the other engine. This is what it had on the other engine. It tees off. This is what was on the other engine. It teed off to a big hose where I put this. I blocked that off because the other engine has a big hose. It's a Y there, and then it goes out to the spigot there, right underneath the I think this might be called a cowl. That's what I'm gonna call it. Anyway, I don't know. So when I connected this one, like I said, I had this all connected here, and water wasn't coming out. I disconnected this, and then I took, like, this thing is a restriction, like a big restriction. But I don't know, that's neither here nor there. It was so fumbled up when I was at the boat launch and making sure water was coming out of the P thing here, and you know, I overlooked so many things. So it's, and I just don't have the knowledge, is kind of what it really boils down to. So I think I'm gonna let you guys go here so I could do a little investigating on the internet, and then maybe I could, I mean, I think I'm prepared as well as I'm gonna be prepared to go to the boat launch. And I'm going to look at another boat tonight. I'm supposed to be meeting this guy at 6:30, so it's going to be dark. I'm going to bring my flashlight regardless, but it's that $200 one I was telling you about that has an engine on it. Oh, I wanted to mention something else too. I went on the internet yesterday just to, I don't know, look something up. And I was on looking up Johnson 4-cylinders and 6-cylinders and this, that, and all of a sudden I got into this website, and man, people were knocking the Johnson. Mercury's the only engine that's worth anything. You couldn't give Johnsons away. So on that note, and I mean, this isn't just one person. This was all I was reading, man. And then all of a sudden one guy would pipe in and say, Johnsons are great. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, yeah, listen to this guy. But yeah, apparently Johnson's junk. So we'll leave it off at that. And hopefully I get out to the boat launch today. And just listening to this engine with the cover off when it's kind of going along on the water, I mean, it's a symphony. I'm not gonna lie to you. To me, anyway. I don't know what other people think. I mean, I've heard Mercury's before. I don't care about the sound. All right, the thing works and goes, and but I must say that, you know, the sound of a 4-cylinder 2-stroke is quite appealing to me. And these sound awesome, if you ask me. So, you know, like I said, all right, let's see what happens. Catch you guys later.